Well, today, these two clowns are gonna take you guys to the Carnival.
The 2025 LX Plus, that is.
Hey everyone, my name is Charlotte.
And I'm Gabby.
And welcome back to the Kia Hyundai channel. And just like we said, today we are doing a review on the 2025
Kia Carnival LX Plus. Now this is technically one trim level up from the base model.
No way.
But if you're here in Canada, it probably makes the most sense to get this vehicle anyway. And based off what we've seen from a lot of our consumers, everyone's gravitating to the LX Plus. It's cost efficient,
Definitely.
It's feature packed, and more so than ever before, which we'll talk all about in today's video, and it looks darn good. So we're going to give you a full walkthrough, interior, exterior, talk about the powertrain, talk about the safety functions, talk about the tech functions, what's changed from last year, what's happening in the future. Everything will be answered in today's live stream video.
And you said this is live streamed, right?
Yes.
So if you guys have questions, you're actually able to ask them to us in real time and we can give you guys an answer towards the end of the video. And if you're watching this after it's already been posted and you still have questions, leave them down below as a regular posted comment. But before you post a comment, like this video and subscribe to the Kia Hyundai channel.
All right, let's get
go.
right into it. So on the LX Plus model, a lot of the exterior characteristics are going to remain the same from the LX below it. So when it comes to this beautiful front grille, it is a carryover. However, everything has changed for the 2025 model year. We did not have this bold look for 2024, and let's talk about the changes. The biggest thing is going to be your actual headlamps and taillights. We still have a beautiful amber daytime running light. It's just in a completely new direction when it comes to the design. So this is definitely following Kia's current design language, and if you take a quick look at this front end and compare it to something like the Kia Sorento, they're almost identical. So a beautiful new choice, definitely makes the vehicle look a little bit more bold and sporty. There is no minivan that looks better than this, and you guys can fight me on the comments. All right, another thing that's changed, the LX Plus now has a lot of standard functions. So we have parking sensors in the very front, which are going to be kind of hard to see, so we'll have Charlotte come a little bit closer. That is essentially going to beep inside the cabin to let you know when you're getting too close to something like a wall, parking barrier, or another vehicle. An absolutely great safety function to have if you have a family or just a large vehicle like this. There's also a front radar plate right down here. So it operates similar to the ultrasonic sensors, but instead this is going to be used for driving and not necessarily parking maneuvers. As I'm driving, whether it be on the highway or in the city, the vehicle will warn me inside the cabin to let me know if there's a risk of a collision. Also, I can turn on Smart Cruise Control, which is navigation-based to monitor my speed, slow down, and even stop if I hit stop and go traffic. So the vehicle is very, very smart, and again, all of this is standard functions on the Kia Carnival, making it better than ever before. In the past, you'd have to go up to a mid-range trim or above just to get these functions here. Another thing I want to talk about is the actual LED headlights. So we mentioned the amber daytime running lights, but your headlamps are going to be LEDs on this vehicle for your low and high beam. You also have LED positioning lights, and let's see, got everything on. No fog lights available on the LX Plus, but fantastic visibility from factory. Let's lift up the hood and talk about powertrain. So no matter what trim level of the gas Carnival you're getting, it's going to have a 3.5 liter V6 gasoline direct injection engine. Now this vehicle is going to give you 288 horsepower with 260 pound-feet of torque. You're also going to get 3,500 pounds of towing capacity with the gasoline variant. Now, something that's new for 2025, other than the complete new look and tech that comes in the vehicle, is the option for a hybrid. Now, hybrids have not hit Canada yet, but we are expecting them soon, so of course stay tuned for our channel for all things Kia Carnival hybrid.
If you need a sign to subscribe, this is
it. Absolutely. Now that will obviously have a completely different powertrain and 3 different trim levels to choose from. If you were scared that you'd have to go to the highest trim level to get a hybrid, that's not the case. We actually have an LX hybrid, an EX hybrid, and an SX hybrid. So you can get something that's a little bit more, I guess, value for you or your family and whatever trim level you're looking for. You don't have to spend top dollar just to get good fuel efficiency. Speaking of fuel efficiency, obviously the V6 isn't the best when it comes to your miles per gallon or liters per 100 kilometers, but it still shines at 11.1 liters per 100 combined, so that's highway and city. You can certainly have it do better depending on how heavy your foot is, or worse. All right, let's talk wheels. These are 17-inch alloys. It's completely blacked out, and you have a beautiful updated Kia emblem for your center cap. This wheel design is going to be shared for the LX model and LX Plus. So aesthetically, they're going to look almost identical on the exterior. I'll talk about one exterior change that you do get on this model and above, and that's going to be your roof rails. So you'll see those right up at the top. This paint color is called Thunder Gray. It's a beautiful dark gray metallic, shines beautifully in the sun, hides snow and dirt very, very well. So if you're in Canada and you get road salt all over your cars, this will definitely do you a lot better than a black or white paint. Highly recommend checking it out.
So this is really going to be one of those best sellers. Everything that you're
Yes.
seeing here, the color,
Absolutely.
the trim, the fact that we get black wheels even on a entry level,
For
or
sure.
one up from an entry. But
All right,
entry
here's
two.
another thing though that has changed for the LX and the LX Plus, because a lot of people see, okay, they look almost identical and the same. Why would I get the LX Plus instead of the LX? Well, for the extra just over $3,000, you're gonna get the introduction to power sliding doors,
Woo.
which I know for a lot of people that are shopping for, I don't wanna call this a minivan, but let's be real, it's meant to carry a couple more passengers, children, whatever. The power doors. So the power doors do start on this trim level, and you'll also get a power liftgate, which we'll talk about when we reach the end. We also have the ability to open and close our power doors from the key fob, so remotely, and you can open all of them at the same time, meaning if you're loading a bunch of people up all at once, you don't have to individually press the button for each door, which is very convenient. Give a sneak peek of the interior, but Charlotte will take you on a detailed tour throughout. Once we
That's all
actually
you get.
That's it.
Keep watching.
And then along the back, you can see our new look for our tail lamps. So expanding all the way across the back end of the vehicle, we have these beautiful tail lights. Kia emblem in the very center in that satin finish, that nice almost brushed satin. We have Carnival on the bottom left. And right over here, we have, we have our button for our power liftgate. Now, liftgate can be opened again from your key fob, from the door itself, or from the driver area. So there's multiple ways to get your vehicle ready to load up whatever cargo you need. And the LX Plus is only going to be offered in an 8-seater configuration. But the good news is these seats are removable. So all those seats in the second row, you can easily unclip and store away. Probably you shouldn't leave them in the car, but you can put them away wherever you need. And we have done a video on how to do it. It's a very, very easy process. These 3 seats back here, as you can see, they fold nice and neatly into the rear cargo area. So it just drops down. And they're very easy to configure back into their seated position. So right now I have it folded down. I'm going to grab my second tether to pull it back up. I'm going to lock it into place. And we have our seats right over there. So 2 seats here, 1 seat there, 3 seats in the middle, making this a beautiful 8-seater. A lot of our customers in real world use, if it makes sense for their family, do remove the second row middle seat because it's lightweight. And then you have a beautiful passageway through the middle, making it a captain seater configuration. And I find that helps a lot of families with moving around their kids. All right, we'll close this up, talk a little bit about other safety. So we do have rear parking sensors along the back bumper of this vehicle. We have a backup camera as well too. And then when it comes to safety functions on the vehicle itself, we have blind spot detection, forward collision avoidance assist, smart cruise control, highway drive assist, rear cross traffic parking alert, rear cross traffic collision avoidance alert. So essentially I reverse my car, the car will warn me if there's a risk of a collision and brake for me. Oh my goodness, and we also get lane keep and lane follow assist. So this car is absolutely jam-packed with tech and safety to make driving a vehicle like this even safer. So it always has an extra eye out. Hidden
You can
rear
also
wiper.
see we have a rear wiper.
Yes, hidden rear wiper. It's nice that they did that to clean up the look. Again, if you are shopping for a van, you may come across a lot of, not necessarily pleasing to look at options. I will say the Carnival is a very, very sleek looking vehicle, and that's largely due to the fact that it looks like an SUV. It doesn't look like a minivan. Then you slide those doors open and you get the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a switch, and Charlotte will go over the interior.
All right. So to get into the vehicle, you will notice that we have a proximity key, which means I just have to have the key on me. I don't have to have it in my hand to lock and unlock the vehicle and then get inside. So I'll have Gabby give a pan over of the cabin, and then we'll talk about the driver's side door, just that way you guys can see the differences, because this is a refresh for this year, and I think it's a really, really good one too that has a lot of key features. I'm super excited about the Carnival, especially being a parent myself. I think there are tons of awesome things, and I think that this year with some of the changes they made, absolutely nail it. So let's talk about what we got. I'm gonna turn this on first, put into accessory mode, and we'll yap about the driver's side door. So on the driver's side door, we have a good amount of elements. We have some chrome door handles, dark chrome. We have a grayish contrasting with some plastic elements too, which I think looks really good, a bit of a two-tone look. You can see for your mirrors, they are electronically controlled. Our driver's window is a one-touch obstacle detecting with regular automatic. Child lock for your windows, and then for the doors, the child lock is actually going to be manual. So you can do that from the doors too. Tons of space down here. You have that bottle holder, but then you have a lot more space than you would typically see, which I really like, especially for some smaller items. And starting on the LX Plus is you do have a powered driver's seat, which is very nice. So regular 6-way, and it also includes 2-way lumbar support. So nice and adjustable, very comfortable, and these are going to be a cloth seat. Now, don't knock cloth before you try it. Number one, I like the design of these cloth seats. I'll have Gabby show it when she comes around to the side because they still have a little bit of some fun design elements to them. These ones are also going to be heated, so you know that heated seats, when they're cloth, they heat up way more and they don't get as hot in the summer. So, pretty nice. Don't knock cloth seats. Over here, brightness adjuster and also your traction control, which we'll show on the screen in a little bit. Do you want to come around?
Engine bay, again, one more time.
So here's some of those design elements that I talked about. So you can see we have a good, for the middle insert, I think it looks really good. It's fun having something. We have a more of a heathered or more of a charcoal for our main base of the seat, and then some regular black cloth. So they still don't look, cheap or anything like that. They still have a nice touch to them. If you are looking for a synthetic leather, you would have to go up one trim to the EX. Now, let's talk about the cabin. The cabin is probably one of the biggest changes that we're going to see, obviously, and how it's set up, and I think it looks absolutely great. So directly in front of me, you can see the software that I'm operating with. I have a 4-inch screen in the center, and from there, I'm going to be able to cycle through to our trips computer, see our safety features, tire pressure, everything along those lines, and also how that vehicle responds to me driving it, and if I'm being heavy on the gas or not. But don't worry, we do have integrated drive modes that can sometimes help you out with that too. Our steering wheel for itself, it is leather wrapped, it's heated, which starts again on this trim, and you have some nice piano black accenting too. On this side, media controls with that virtual assistant, which you know I love, especially in conjunction with this software. I find that it is super responsive and can do a lot more than you think, like opening and closing your power liftgate. On this side, it's going to be more of those drive controls that Gabby mentioned. So your cruise control, your lane following distance, your lane keep assist, all of that is accessible here. Easy to use, easy, logical layout. It's not confusing. I'm not having to dig through a bunch of screens to set it up. Lighting stock, wiper stock is pretty standard, and then digital speedometer, digital tachometer, which we already got a little bit of a glimpse at. One thing I like about the Carnival is how much space you get in the cockpit area and how easy it is for the driver and the passenger to use. For our multimedia screen, we have a 12.3-inch screen. On here, you're going to have your maps, you're going to have your phone projection, and then you'll notice, or maybe you won't notice something. Is there something missing? I don't know about you, but I don't see any wires. That's because we are operating with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which is one of my favorites. And with this generation of the software, it is a great flawless connection. It doesn't feel laggy. It's very responsive. It's very good. And here is what you can see it working. So from here, maps, music, everything along those lines, and then pop back into Kia to get back. For here, you're also going to have your setup. So if you want to go and customize those safety features that Gabby mentioned, pop into your driver's assistance. You can see everything there, and it's nice and easy to use. Again, logically laid out. These are nice and big. You even have a drop-down menu where you can utilize passenger talk and then also quiet mode. So if you're a parent and you're using this vehicle, this is going to project your voice to those in the second or third row so you don't have to yell. And this is going to dampen the speakers in the vehicle. That way you can listen to your music, but if you have sleeping passengers, they can stay asleep nice and quiet, which again, love to see. Down below, this is going to be new, but we have a switchable infotainment and climate control cluster. So right now it's set up for climate, and it even has a little area here to see what the rear climate is going to be. And then that's controlled by hitting rear, and you'll see that everything switches. From here also, here's going to be your infotainment screen. So you have an integrated search function, which is going to act as the vehicle's computer. So you can search safety features, functions, everything along those lines. Other than that, everything is going to do what it says. Media is going to jump you to media, maps is going to jump you to maps. Pretty self-explanatory. Down below, you do have an option if you want to utilize wired connectivity or just regular charging. Another USB-C, 12 volt, and tons of space here for your key fob, your phone, or even something smaller like a wallet or even a smaller purse. I do want to show the key fob because I think it's worth noting because this is going to be different. It is a bigger style key fob, and you'll notice that on it, not only do you have integrated remote start, but you can actually open and close your sliding doors. You can also open up your tailgate. Everything is done through the key fob, which I think is really cool. Leather-topped gear shift, giant cup holders. These things are absolutely massive. I'm going to turn this back on into accessory mode. And then over here, you'll see we have electronic parking brake, auto hold, and drive modes. For drive modes, we have 4 different options. We have Eco, Normal, Sport, and Smart, and these are all going to change the powertrain's response depending on what it's set to, and that's going to either harm or help your fuel economy, but of course, keep in mind, it does take into account how you drive, which is something I think is really nice to see as well. Down here is going to be more of our creature comfort, so those heated seats, heated steering wheel, and then also your heated windscreen. You've got your parking sensors, and then also your rear view camera. So rear view camera with dynamic guidelines, crystal clear picture, these are going to change too, and if you are towing, you can even have it set up as a hitch view. Over here is where you're going to see your parking sensors. If you do come close to, say, the wall in front of us or behind us, it will picture there on the screen to give you a rough idea of how close you are. For storage space, tons of hidden storage, which I really like. It seems that we're kind of moving away from the hidden or from the center console, so it's nice to see something big. And then we have cup holders here with a phone slot in the center too. Up top, you still have controls for tailgate and doors, and also turning that off, so you can see all of that here up top. And then also you'll notice that we have Kia Connect, so roadside assistance, emergency assistance, and your lights up here. Anything I'm missing? What do you think?
I don't think so.
Awesome. We'll see if anyone has any questions. Let's take a look at the second row and the third row too. Okay guys, the fact that we have these seats, it is a slam dunk for me. It is a slam dunk. It is a slay every day of the week. I love it because this is a modular configuration. I know that was probably an overreaction, but no, actually I don't think it is, because all of these seats, they are removable. They are all on a rail system, as you can see, which means I can have these seats and have captain's chairs. I can have a bench. All of them are going to have rear tethers for car seats. All of them have lower latch anchors. I can customize this to whatever the heck I want. And then if I don't like it, I can customize it again to something different. That's pretty dang sweet. I love that. That is getting your money's worth. I promise I'm not actually overreacting. Up top, you can see that we do have roof-mounted vents. We have them for the second row and the third row, which I love. And you do have the option for some nice climate control here too, which of course can be set and locked from the front too. But it's nice that you can still see that. Back here, you're still gonna have a 12 volt. You have seat integrated USB-Cs too, and then still pockets and little hooks on the passenger side, which is really, really nice.
Show them what else the middle seat does.
So aside from moving, it can be a table. You're on a road trip, want to play cards? I'd love to play cards. Blackjack, let's go. You also have cup holders, double phone slot too, which is really nice. And like I said, is these can really move. So if you need to adjust the amount of pass-through room, so if you still want to have, you know, the middle seat, you can adjust all the seats and move them forward or back. I'm gonna hop over the middle seat to get into the third row just to make it difficult for myself, but also it's not too hard to do it. Okay. So here's me sitting in the third row, so decent amount of space, and if I find that I need more legroom, of course these can move forward. Back here, I like that I still have speakers, I still have a cup holder, a phone slot, and something I didn't show actually in the second row, which I'll show on the way out, is the fact that starting on this trim is you have integrated second and third row sunshades. So even in the third row, I can put this up, which is really good, especially if you have more kids back here and you just don't kind of want that harsh sunlight coming through. You want it to stay a little bit cooler. Good to see, very good to see. Decent amount of space though back here, very truly impressive. I love that I still have air vents, there's still lights back here. I genuinely think that this is an impressive vehicle and I love the configuration. I think that it is so smart, the modular configuration. Okay, I think that's really it. Oh, you can see your buttons there for your power doors. It's right there. And then, let's see if I can grab it from here. Sunshade. It's there, take my word for it.
I'm gonna show this because I didn't get a good look at it.
Oh, the 12 volt, and there's a little storage compartment underneath too, which is nice.
USB-Cs and clips.
Yeah, very nice, very nice.
All right, let's grab iPad and see what questions you guys have for the Carnival.
Yeah. Ooh. Okay, let's see. MG asks, can I configure the seats to be the opposite way? No, you cannot.
Like turn them around?
Yeah, that way it's facing the third row.
No.
No.
What is that? Like,
I appreciate the creativity there, but no.
but no, it won't work. The tech and Kias have been cool. Thanks for sharing, Gibby and Charles. No problem.
Ian is asking for the price. The MSRP of this vehicle in Canada is $43,999.
It's $46,780.
What? Why did I get $43,999?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, MSRP though.
Oh, I'm looking at with freight and air.
Oh, you're looking at, okay. Even better, guys.
Yeah, even better.
So the MSRP is $43,995.
All right.
Girl fight. Yes.
Not a lot of questions.
What do you guys think of this car?
Blair said wireless CarPlay is amazing.
Yes, I absolutely love wireless Apple CarPlay.
It's good. I'll give it that. I will say, I think I'm still team wired, but
Yeah, because you have wireless or wired in your
in my car,
daily
yeah.
drive. I have the wireless. We want to see the 2008 Rio. Definitely.
Who said that? Oh, we want to see. I missed it, but does the back lay flat? So the back seats, they can duck down completely. So you can tuck them into the actual lower cargo area. The second row seats, they do not fold down like some people remember stow and go seats. Because, I mean, these seats they're big seats. They're not cheap little foldy seats. So
They're comfortable seats too.
yeah, you can take them out, but you can't fold them into the ground. You can fold the backs down, but it won't go flat, obviously, with the floor. Noelle said, already placed an order, just waiting, very excited. You're going to love it. It's a great
Awesome.
car. Seriously, a great vehicle. I'm personally trying to convince mi madre to trade in her Toyota Sienna for one of these. Worth it. Worth
Yeah,
it, worth
definitely.
it, worth it. Christian asked if we're ready for fall. Long sleeves, say yes. It's been very cold in Canada the last 2 days. For me, at least. I don't know. Also, the dealership is always cold, too. So
Yeah,
we
it's
typically always have
corporate
sweaters
winter.
here.
But it has been chillier today.
Mm-hmm.
Does it have a digital rear view mirror? So not the LX. Which, do you have it on the SX? Or does it appear on the SX Plus? I can't quite remember.
I believe it's on the SX Plus.
Yeah? Okay. What is your volume car at Brantford Kia? We definitely see a lot of Seltos come through. As far as volume trims, for the Carnival, this is definitely designed to be a volume trim. The EX,
Yeah.
are definitely designed with that in mind.
I feel like most of the time our volume trims are always going to be EXs. We do have a lot of customers who do opt for the top trim level of things, but the EX is always our volume seller. Always.
Something I kind of want to point out about the Carnival, and a lot of people have a problem with the fact that the base model, so the LX, does not have the integrated power sliding doors. And remember that people buy vans for different reasons, and sometimes it's for cargo. It's not necessarily for transporting passengers or for parents or for kids. It can be something just for storage where they end up taking all the seats out and they are just looking for something really basic, not necessarily something that has all of your creature comforts. So I think it's good that we have a high degree of variation. You can get something that has 4 wheels and drives, or you can get something, it's 4 wheels, drives, and has every single bell and whistle. But no matter what, the safety is always going to be good for the driver and for the passenger.
How many audio speakers? And Noelle asked, it as GPS, right? Yeah, so actually for 2025, every single model of the Carnival has integrated navigation. So
Woohoo!
built-in nav, built-in 12.3-inch display. There is no model that has the tiny 8-inch Apple CarPlay display. They all have the large screen. The only difference is some of them will have the fully digitized instrument cluster, some of them will not. Usually better on gas than a truck, especially if you do not intend to tow. Yeah, so the fuel efficiency on this one's 11.1. The fuel tank is 72 liters, so it's obviously not our cheapest vehicle fuel-wise or tank-wise, but it can get you some good range for sure if you are, okay with the throttle. Not that most of our Carnival drivers are race car drivers with these cars anyway. One of our sales guys actually has it's a 2023 or 2022 SX, so the last look of the Carnival, but same powertrain, and he calls that a sweet machine. He's definitely flooring it around though. That's the thing I love about V6 minivans though. They don't seem that quick, but they got a lot of power. I can't tell me how many times I've been gapped by a Honda Odyssey. And I'm driving, I'm feeling...
You know what? No, those cars are fast.
They are fast. I'm driving, I'm feeling good. I go to pass them and they just speed up. There's no way I can't keep up with them. So say what you will, the V6 minivans, pretty good.
I don't know the 0 to 100 time for a Carnival, but I do know for a Honda Odyssey.
They're not bad. I will also say the cup holders, lots of cup holders in these vehicles. It's great. Ryan said I had the 2024 on the track Saturday. The 2024 Carnival?
Or Honda Odyssey.
Chester said hello with the super chat.
Thank you
Hello,
so much, Chester. Hello.
And if you do intend to tow, I believe I said this earlier, but it does have 3,500 pounds of towing capacity.
Which is great.
Lesson of the day, don't race Odysseys.
For real.
Seriously, do not. You guys, you'll get humbled, for sure. Thoughts on GTR, like Nissan? I'm not impressed.
Yeah, it's probably not what I would buy for that price point. It feels like super, like it feels heavy, which isn't necessarily something that you, like driving around the track, like it definitely felt heavy.
Yeah, it's a heavy car for
but
sure.
like, you know, still fun. But
I've been thinking of getting a Kia Rio for my first car. What do you think? I think you couldn't get a better first car. Seriously, that is a fantastic vehicle.
So for reference, that was my first car. So I'm a diehard fan. I love it. I absolutely love it because you get great fuel economy, you get decent amount of space, and they were kind of ahead of their time with tech. I'm gonna say that. They were one of the first cars that had telematics, the 2018.
Yeah. Let's see, anything else? We answered price. In the comments earlier, Naserborn said the doors are very smart. They are. That's why we got a smart power liftgate. It's also worth noting the keys. So it's a proximity entry and start, obviously, because it's a push-to-start vehicle. But the doors are also proximity. So I could walk up to either my left or right power sliding door, stand there for 3 seconds, and it'll automatically open it for me. So if you are carrying a bunch of stuff in your hands, maybe you're carrying your kids with you, you just want to load everything up into your car, you don't have to dig for your keys to get those doors open, which is very, very helpful. Anything you want to answer before we end off?
I might answer the one about the demo program. I usually keep a vehicle I'll keep it, the longest I've kept one is a year or 14,000 kilometers. Usually I'm out of it by around between 7,000 and 12,000 kilometers, more so based on mileage than time, because I'm a pretty low mileage driver. But yeah. All right. I think that's it. Do you see anything else?
No.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us as we took a look at this 2025 Kia Carnival LX Plus, and we will see you guys tomorrow.
See ya. Bye.
Bye.